Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to our online classes conducted by Government Haji Mohammad Mohsin College, Chattogram. I am Aisha Tawassuma, your English teacher from the Department of English. Today, we will go through a new text, new lesson titled as Hakaluki Haur from the Unit 12, Environment and Nature. Our lesson objectives are, if you go through this text, after reading this lesson, you will be able to know about Hakaluki Haur. You will be able to ask questions and answer them with the help of the text information. There has lots of information about Hakaluki Haur, and you will question from the your friends or anyone else using information from this text, and you also make answer of any questions related to Hakaluki Haur. And you will be able to write a paragraph on the economic importance of Hakaluki Haur. Hakaluki Haur has lots of importance in our economy, and you will know everything. Now, come to the text. The title is Hakaluki, a rich hub of diversity and livelihood. Hakaluki Haur. This is a rich hub of diversity and biodiversity and livelihood. What is biodiversity? Bio and diversity, variety. Bio, biology, and diversity, variety. Varieties of life, various lives together in this hub. Biodiversity, that means we can say in Bengali, জীব বৈচিত্র্য। আমরা এভাবে পরিচিত জীব বৈচিত্র্য, জীবের বৈচিত্র্য যেখানে ঘটেছে, and livelihood, and also জীবনযাত্রা। Bangladesh is blessed with huge inland open water resources. We know that Bangladesh is a riverine country. It is land of rivers. It is a land of water, fresh water. Bangladesh is blessed with huge inland open water resources. Bangladesh has lots of inland water, fresh water resource. It has numerous river, canals, hills, this is the bills, lakes, and vast areas of floodplains. Bangladesh has lots of numerous rivers, bills, lakes, and huge areas of floodplains. That means low area, plain area that was usually flooded by the water. Hakaluki Haur is one of the major wetlands of Bangladesh. Hakaluki Haur is such a kind of wetlands, that means watery lands in our country. With a land area of 1,886 hectares, it supports a rich biodiversity and provides direct and indirect livelihood benefits to nearly 190,000 people. 190,000 people. With a land area of 1,886 hectares, the area of Hakaluki Haur is 1,886 hectares, and this huge area supports the rich biodiversity, livelihood, and provides direct and indirect livelihood benefits to nearly 190,000 people. Nearly 190,000 people are directly or indirectly got benefit from Hakaluki Haur. Next, this haur was declared an ecologically critical area. This haur was declared an ecologically critical area in April 1999 by the government of Bangladesh. Though this is a enormous place of biodiversity ecosystem, but this place, this Hakaluki Haur was declared ecologically critical area. বাস্তুতন্ত্রভাবে বিপর্যস্ত বিপন্ন এলাকা in April 1999 by the government of Bangladesh. Bangladesh government declares this land, this area, critically threatened, ecologically critical threat. Hakaluki is a complex ecosystem. Hakaluki is not only an inland water place, wetland place, but it is a complex ecosystem. Ecosystem, bastutantra, where living and non-living thing depends one another, each other, and work together. Containing more than 238 interconnecting bills and jalmahals. In this Hakaluki Haur, there are more than 238 interconnecting bills and jalmahals. That means there are lots of bills and jalmahals, more than 238 bills. We know that everyone know bills and jalmahals. Some inland water, a huge inland water, inundated always by water. The most important bills are Chatla, Pinlarkona, Dulla, Sakua, Barajalla, Balijshuri, Lamba, Takonia, Haurkhal, Tural, Baghalpuri, and Chinaura. These are the important bills of Hakaluki Haur. Hakaluki Haur is bounded by the Kushiara River as well as a part of the Shonai Bardal River to the north, by the Fenjigans Kulaura Railway to the west and to the south, and by the Kulaura Bianibaja Road to the east. We get Kushiara River by the north of this Hakaluki Haur, and we get Fenjigans Kulaura Railway to the west and to the south. In the south and west, we get Fenjigans Kulaura Railway. And to the north, to the east, we get Kulaura Bianibajar Road. The Haur falls under 2 administrative districts. This Haur is ruled by 2 administrative districts. দুইটা জেলা শহরে এটা পড়েছে। দুইটা জেলা শহরের অধীনে এই হাকালুকি হাওর চলে, বিশাল একটা এরিয়া, একটা জেলার মধ্যে সীমাবদ্ধ নেই, সিলেট জেলা এবং মৌলভীবাজার জেলার অন্তর্গত। Some 1,90,000 people live in the area surrounding the Haur. Surrounding the area of this Haur, 1,90,000 people live there. অনেক মানুষ বসবাস করে এই হাওরের আশেপাশে এলাকায়। প্রায় 2 লক্ষের মতো মানুষ এই হাকালুকি হাওরের আশেপাশে বসবাস করে। Hakaluki Haur is an important source of fisheries resources for Bangladesh. This Hakaluki Haur is one of the most important and one of the major sources of fisheries for Bangladesh. Kalivaush, Boal, Rui, Ghagod, Pabda, and Chapila are the main fish species found here. Usually, we get from this Haur Kalivaush, Boal, Rui, so tasty, delicious fishes, Ghagod, Pabda, and Chapila. These are the common. From the Kushiara, there are frequent upstream movement of fish towards the bills and tributaries of Hakaluki. These fishes come from the Kushiara River by its upstream. Upstream, that means the tide, উজানে ভেসে আসা, উজানে কুশিয়ারা নদীর উজানে ভেসে আসা মাছেরা এখানকার প্রধান উৎস। এই হাকালুকিতে চলে আসে, বিভিন্ন হাকালুকির বিভিন্ন বিলে এসে যায়। The bills in Hakaluki Haur provide winter shelter for the mother fisheries. This Hakaluki Haur is the resting place, is the shelter to the mother fisheries. That means mother fishes who are waiting to lay their eggs. In early monsoon, these mother fisheries produce millions of fries for the entire downstream fishing communities. In early monsoon, in the beginning, in the eve of the monsoon, these mother fisheries, that means the mother fishes, produce millions of fries, produce lay lots of eggs, and these eggs become fries. That means the young fishes for the entire downstream fishing communities. These fishes become large, become adult, and these are the main source of the communities of the people living the banks of the surrounding areas of the Hakaluki Haur. That means the downstream living people. ভাটির অঞ্চলে বসবাস করা মানুষদের প্রধান উৎস এই মাছ শিকার, মাছ ধরা, এবং এই মাছগুলা মা মাছ যখন ডিম ছাড়ে মৌসুমের শুরুতে, সেই মাছগুলা ডাউনস্ট্রিমে এসে বড় হয়, এবং এই কমিউনিটির মানুষগুলা, আশেপাশের মানুষগুলা, এই কমিউনিটিতে যারা আছে ওরা এই মাছগুলা ধরে জীবিকা নির্বাহ করে। Floodplains are also an important source of fisheries resources within the area. The inundated areas are also one of the most important source of fisheries. However, many of the bills have lost their capacity to provide shelter for mother fisheries. However, many of the bills have lost their capacity to provide shelters for mother fisheries. Because why? Because of sand deposits from upstream rivers and canals, use of complete dewatering technique for fishing, and lack of aquatic plants to provide feed and shelter for parent fish. These bills gradually become barren, gradually decrease their capacity to provide shelter for the mother fishes who are waiting to lay their eggs. Mother fishes, because what is the reason? Because the sands deposit, the sands put on in the bills and put on these lands, and these sands come from the rivers and canals by the upstreams, by the tide. উজানে ভেসে আসা মাটি বালি এখানে জমা হচ্ছে, ফলে এখানের গভীরতা কমছে, এখানে পানিতে মাছের থাকার সুবিধা কমে যাচ্ছে। Use of complete dewatering technique for fishing. Usually when we go for fishing by net, we always used to side away, used to put away the waters from the pond or the rivers. This dewatering technique, putting away the waters from the river or canal or pond or a watery land for fishing, is the bad technique. And for that technique, Hakaluki Haur, the bills of Hakaluki Haur have lost their capacity to give shelter to the mother fishes. And there is also another reason behind it, and this is lack of aquatic plants to provide feed and shelter for parent fishes. Fish lives into water, but they need food, they need shelter to live, and these food and shelter are always provided by the aquatic plants. Aquatic plants, the plants that grows surrounding areas or of the water or into the water. That means জলজ উদ্ভিদ, জলজ উদ্ভিদ গুলা খেয়েই মাছেরা বাঁচে এবং জলজ উদ্ভিদের ভিতরে ঝোপের ভিতরে মাছগুলা শেল্টার নেয় এবং এই শেল্টারের অভাবে এই খাবারের অভাবেও মাছের পরিমাণ কমে যাচ্ছে। The haor is a very important resting place for migratory waterfowls flying in from the north. This haor is not only the source of fishes, is not only the resting place for mother fisheries, but also it is the resting place for the migratory waterfowls, migratory water birds. That means জলপিপি, জলজ পাখি, জলচর পাখি, migratory waterfowls flying in from the north. These waterfowls come here from the north of the earth. The most interesting species is the bar-headed goose, which is now hardly seen in freshwater wetlands. The most interesting species, the most interesting migratory birds, waterfowls, is the bar-headed goose, a kind of goose, which is called bar-headed goose, which is now hardly seen in freshwater wetlands. Many other important species of waterfowls make the haor their temporary home. Not only the bar-headed goose, but also many other birds, water birds, make this haor as their place, temporary home, for rest for some while. Unfortunately, illegal poaching has been a threat to the waterfowl population in this vast wetland. Though this is a quite beautiful and quite a rich place for migratory birds and waterfowls, but these waterfowls are now in threat, a threat from the poachers. Poaching is now a great threat to these migratory waterfowls. Poaching means illegal hunting. অনৈতিক ভাবে চোরা শিকারী, পোচিং, চোরা শিকারী, যারা চুরি করে শিকার করে। এই চোরা শিকারের কারণে পৃথিবীতে ম্যাক্সিমাম বায়োডাইভার্সিটি নষ্ট হচ্ছে, প্রাণীরা বিপন্ন হচ্ছে। বিপন্ন প্রজাতি যেমন গন্ডার, চোরা শিকারীদের জন্য গন্ডারের সংখ্যা দিনে দিনে কমে যাচ্ছে। হাতি কমে যাচ্ছে চোরা শিকারীদের কারণে। দিস পোচিং ইজ ভেরি মাচ হার্মফুল টু দ্য এনি precious animal folk. Waterfowls that are the migratory waterfowls in our country, especially in the Hakaluki haor, is also in the threat of this poaching. Hakaluki haor is known as a good grazing land in winter. This is not only watery land, this is not only the best place for the water birds or the fishes, but also it is a huge, beautiful grazing land also in winter. Grazing land, যেখানে ঘাস খাওয়া যায়, ঘাসে পরিপূর্ণ, যেখানে গরু, ছাগল, বিভিন্ন পশু পাখি, বিভিন্ন পশুরা তাদের খাবার পেয়ে থাকে, ঘাস খেতে পারে। People from villages around the haor and also from distant areas send their herds for grazing. The peoples lived surrounding the area of haor, and also the peoples lived far apart from the haor send their herds, send their folks of the animals in this grazing land of Hakaluki in the winter season. শীতকালে যখন পানি শুকিয়ে যায় তখন সবাই তাদের পশুর পাল এখানে পাঠিয়ে দেয় ঘাস খাওয়ানোর জন্য, গরু চড়ানো যেটাকে আমরা বলি। During this time, herders make temporary shelters near the bills and graze their animals for a period of 4 to 5 months. Not only it happens only for 1 day, only for some times, but it happens for 4 to 5 months at a time. During this time, herders, the cowboys, herders make temporary shelters near the bills and graze their animals for a period of 4 to 5 months. এই সময়ে 4-5 মাসের জন্য যারা মেষ পালক, গরু পালক, ছাগল পালক যারা পালে এই তাদের পশুপাল নিয়ে এখানে আসে এবং 4 থেকে 5 মাসের জন্য এখানে টেম্পোরারিলি বসবাস স্থাপন করে। The Haur had very dense swamp forest in the past, but deforestation and a lack of conservation practice have virtually destroyed this unique forest in the last 2 decades. Though the Haur had dense swamp forests in the past, in our past history, these Hakaluke Haur had densely swamp forest. Swamp, that means watery forest. The forests that are submerged, that are inundated by the water, fresh water, regularly or seasonally. These are the swamp forest. The Haur has densely swamp forest in the past, but now it has no such swamp forest at all. Why? The reason behind it, deforestation and lack of conservation practices. Deforestation is too much harmful for any biodiversity, any livelihood, any living beings, any plants, any forests. This is too much. Cutting down trees is the main cause of deforestation. Deforestation and lack of conservation. The caring of the plants of this area, lack of caring are the main cause behind this loss of swamp forest. 2 small patches of swamp forest still exist in the area of which one is in Chatlabil and the other near the village of Kalikrishnapur. 2 small patches of swamp forest. Still now there are 2 small land of swamp forest still exist in this Haur. One is Chatlabil, one is called Chatlabil, and another is in the near the village of Kalikrishnapur. 2 swamp forests still alive. With the exception of these 2 swamp forest patches, the vegetation surrounding Hakaluke Haur is unique. Except these 2 swamp forests, Chatlabil and the Bil near village of Kalikrishnapur, the rest places of this Hakaluke Haur is unique for vegetation. Unique. It includes both swamp forest as well as mixed evergreen rainforest. There has not only the swamp forest, but also it has evergreen rainforest. Swamp forest means জলাভূমি, আর rainforest বৃষ্টিপাত অঞ্চলের। swamp ফরেস্টের বৈশিষ্ট্য একরকম, যেটা জলাভূমি জলজ উদ্ভিদে ভর্তি থাকবে, ওখানে প্রাধান্য পাবে। আর রেইন ফরেস্ট যেগুলা বৃষ্টিপাতের সাথে রিলেটেড, বৃষ্টি হলে যেগুলা বড় হয়, যেগুলার সাথে কন্ডিশনের সাথে বৃষ্টি ওতপ্রোতভাবে জড়িত। রেইন ফরেস্ট এবং সোয়াম্প ফরেস্ট দুটার মিক্সড বৈশিষ্ট্য এই হাকালুকি হাওরের অন্যান্য অঞ্চলে দেখা যায়, যেটা একদম ইউনিক। এরকম মিক্স স্টাইল, মিক্সড ক্যাটাগরি খুব কম পাওয়া যায়। Thatching materials is the most useful natural wetland product of the area. Thatching material is the most important product that we can get from this area. Thatching product, ওই যে ছাউনি দিয়া গোল পাতা এইরকম জিনিসগুলা মানে যেগুলা দিয়ে ছাউনি তৈরি করা হয় এইরকম ম্যাটেরিয়ালস গুলা হচ্ছে এই অঞ্চল থেকে পাওয়া সবচেয়ে ইম্পর্টেন্ট এবং ইউজফুল ম্যাটেরিয়াল এই সোয়াম্প ফরেস্ট এন্ড রেইন ফরেস্ট থেকে হাকালুকি হাওরের এরিয়া থেকে। The Haur system provides a wide range of economic and non-economic benefits to the local people as well as to the people of Bangladesh. This Haur system provides wide range of economic and non-economic benefits. This Haur benefits us economically and also non-economic way. Not the people of the surrounding area lived there, but also the every people, also the inhabitants of this country, in our country, Bangladesh. These include fish production, rice production, cattle and buffalo rearing, duck rearing, collection of fruits and grasses, and collection of aquatic and other plants. The most of the fish production is there, rice production is there, cattle and buffalo rearing is very easy in this land, because we earlier read that people of the surrounding area or far from the Hakaluki Haur bring their cattle, bring their herd for grazing in this land in the winter season for 4 to 5 months. Cattle and buffalo rearing, duck rearing, though it is as it is a watery land, duck rearing, raising the duck is too much easy and beneficial. Collection of reeds and grasses, reeds, nol khakra, reeds, collection of reeds and grasses. Reeds is important for our household decoration, for building our houses. Reeds and grasses and collection of aquatic and other plants. This is the source of aquatic plants and any other plants. The Haur system also protects the lower floodplains from flash floods occurring in the months of April to May, maintains the supply of fish in other lower water bodies, and provides habitat for migratory and local waterfowls. The Haur system also protects the lower floodplains, the lower plain areas that is easily inundated by the water, protects these type of lower plain lands from flash floods. Flash floods means suddenly occurred floods occurring in the months of, and it is usually occurs in the months of April to May. Maintains the supply of fish in other lower water bodies. It is the source of fishes supplied to the surrounding lower water bodies, and provides habitat for migratory and local waterfowls. And it is also the resting place, also the shelter of migratory birds, and also the shelter for our rearing places for our waterfowls, local waterfowls. That means ducks, water hens, etc. The unique Haur system contributes to the beauty of the landscape both during the monsoon and the dry season. This Haur system is so much beautiful landscape, is a beautiful, it is a piece of beauty landscape, both in the monsoon and also the off season. That means the dry season. In monsoon, its unique scenic beauty makes it a huge natural ball of water, and in the dry season it becomes a vast green grassland with pockets of fields serving as resting places for migratory birds. It is very beautiful, a unique scene, a scenic beauty in the in the rainy season, in the season of rain, because everywhere the surrounding areas are watered but in this season, rainy season. But in the dry season, that means in the summer season, it becomes a vast green grassland, losing its water. It becomes a vast green land with pockets of beels. The water on the surface area or the plain areas dried up in the summer season, but in the beels and Jal Mahals, still then contains waters, and these beels and Jal Mahals become the resting place become the shelter place of the migratory birds that come from the far from the world, the north of the world. Migratory birds in winter season, migratory birds come there. This unique natural system can be a major attraction for tourists. This unique system, this rich hub of biodiversity, the rich hub of variety of animals and biological ecosystem is a great attraction for the curious tourists. This is the end of our text. Now, try to answer some questions related to this passage. The first one is, how many beels and Jal Mahals are there in Hakaluki? How? We get the information about it in our passage. How many beels and Jal Mahals? There are 238 beels and Jal Mahals in Hakaluki. How? More than 238 beels and Jal Mahals interconnected each other. The second one is, what are the most important beels of Hakaluki Haur? We get some name, the most important beels and Jal Mahals. What are they? They are Chatla, Pinlarkona, Dulla, Sakua, Barajalla, Balijhuri, Lamba, Takonia, Haurkhal, Tural, Baghalpuri, and Chinaura. These are the most important beels of Hakaluki Haur. The next one is, why have many of the beels of Hakaluki Haur lost their capacity to provide shelter for mother fisheries? Why? Why Hakaluki Haur lost its capacity? Why Hakaluki Haur is now not a very warm places for mother fisheries, not a safe shelter? Why? What are the reasons? Because sand deposits from upstream rivers and canals, lots of sand deposits in this area, use of complete dewatering technique for fishing, and lack of aquatic plants to provide feed and shelter for parent fish. 3 reasons are stated there. 3 reasons. And you have finally a homework to do at your home. Try yourself after reading this passage. You can get assistance, you can get information from any other articles or any other sources you can use for writing this paragraph. And this paragraph is titled as Write a Paragraph on Biodiversity of Hakaluki Haur and its Importance on Our Economy. We know about the biodiversity found in Hakaluki Haur, and also we get the knowledge, you get the scenario of importance on our economy. Its economic importance, we notice about it. That's the end of our session, today's lesson, today's class. Hope you are well, and I hope you all stay at home because your college is now closed. We don't know when we will go again to our campus, but still then, we have to learn at our home. We have to practice our lessons. We have to engage with our learning. I hope you always stay at home and you always follow the rules and regulations, follow the safety rules, health safety rules given by the Health Ministry of Health. And you request everyone, you always wash your hands, use sanitizer, and use a mask on your face when you go out of the home, if you have to go. Thank you for joining me. I hope you will be a learner at your home and you will enjoy the class. Thank you very much. Thanks again.